right,
It's
Missy,
false
I
imprisonment.
want you to stop talking, or you can go upstairs to the county jail.
Your Honor, it is your oath to explain the nature and cause of the allegation against me. Are you failing to do that?
All right, you can either walk out the front door with the officers, or you can walk upstairs to the county jail with the officers. The choice is yours. Either leave
Your Honor, I'm trying to
or
understand.
leave disruptively.
I'm
Well,
not
that's
being
why an
disruptive. I'm
attorney
just
can
trying to
help.
understand the nature and cause of the
All right,
charge.
officers, I'm gonna close
What
it.
am I doing? I'm sitting here trying to understand the charge.
If he gives any more grief,
All I'm asking is to understand the charges. I don't know what jurisdiction is these charges being brought to me under.
Ms. Gillette, I'll see you at 3:30 docket.
Your Honor, can I please go home? Your Honor, can I please go home? I'll leave.
All right, well.
Can I go home?
I left it up to them, and I left it up to you, and then they were to behave accordingly.
And you get a
No,
speeding
we're not
ticket.
going to do that, sir. I just need.
All I want to know is the fine. Like normally, when you get a ticket or a citation, somebody give you.
I've told you that.
When you held me in contempt, they went out and searched my car, which was a violation of my Fourth Amendment right. They never issued me a search warrant. They never told me my vehicle was suspected in a crime investigation or any kind of criminal intent or doing anything. So my car was searched.
Well, I think as I understand it, you were put on lockdown because you wouldn't go through booking and processing. They couldn't get you entered into their system.
No,
you refused to get your fingerprints, and you refused to get your photograph, and rather than manhandle you and wrestle you and get you to take your pictures and prints, they had to just put you somewhere safe until you would cooperate. But that wasn't what I've heard. I don't know that for a fact.
Well, if you look at the video, that is inaccurate. When I came in, I was told I was going to be.
Okay, sir. We'll talk about that just a little bit. Okay, well, Missy, there's no one else hanging around like.
No, Mr. Johnson has called again this morning, and
yes.
He's supposed to be faxing something. My fax machine just went off, so let me see what it is.
Is this the individual who's a sovereign citizen type?
Sovereign citizen military. Yes, and he is really military.
Sovereign citizen in the United States military?
Yes, I have something he sent us. Mr. Johnson he's filed several pro se motions. I'm not quite sure what they're saying or what his goal is. I had told him to be here in person because of his prior history and contemptuous behavior.
I asked that we set this over to October 25th.
All right, I'm looking for a Johnson. Do I have a Johnson?
Yes, you do. I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, but you're not the Johnson I was looking for, but I will take your case up.
Okay, so I'm here for Danny Johnson.
Oh, are you the attorney?
I'm a representative for him.
What does that mean?
That means I'm his wife, and we sent documentation.
Are you an attorney?
I'm an attorney, in fact.
You're not an attorney at law?
No.
Okay.
Let me state for the record, Mr. Johnson is under doctor's care. He's in recovery. We sent the documentation over to the courts to show that, to show proof of that. We also reserve our rights to any and all reproduction of or distributing of videos on social media platform. And we request the matter to be rescheduled at a later time when he can get through his recovery period.
Who are you? Who are you? Before I disconnect you from these proceedings, because you don't have standing to be here. What's your name?
Well, again, Mr. Johnson is under doctor's care.
Do you want to tell me your name?
He's here. I've already gave you my name, ma'am. The doctor put him under doctor's orders to stay on bed rest. And that's where he's currently residing on bed rest.
And we've made it clear to him that he can appear by Zoom. So I'm
Well,
going
ma'am,
to issue a bench warrant.
hold on one second, ma'am, because he is here. He can hear you, but
Well, then put him on here. Up now, do you want to be on here, sir?
Well, I'm
You
first of
been
all,
under duress.
Are you
Under duress.
voluntarily appearing, Mr. Johnson?
No, under duress. It's an unforeseen circumstance.
Ma'am, I want you out of the case now. You're not his lawyer. He's talking, he's representing
Ma'am,
himself.
The creator
out.
made me his wife, and
I will find you in contempt of court.
because you're acting like the attorney.
I'm acting like the court and you owe me $50, ma'am, for contempt. And if you have another outburst, it's gonna go up and it will be enforced. $50 direct contempt by Nicole Johnson for her interruption of the proceedings.
Ma'am, we made the point to be here in court today, ma'am.
You
And that's under the
talking.
unforeseen circumstance. He's still
All
here.
right, I'm going
You
to
guys
end
doing
this
unlawful
talk.
acts
This
against
court is
him.
over. Bench warrant if you don't stop and get out of it.
Ma'am,
Obviously,
there's no
Mr. Carter
defendant.
doesn't have any
He hasn't been
control over
convicted
you.
of anything.
Okay, Mr. Carter, I'm gonna have to end this court because the woman won't shut up. All right, we're gonna set this over for trial. It'll be for bench trial. January 30th first will be your bench trial. I won't issue the bench warrant. Nicole Johnson does owe me $100, or she owes the court $100. I'm gonna give her 10 days to pay that. If she doesn't pay it, then she's gonna face more contempt.
Well, if somebody charges to defend themselves as contempt or exercise their rights as contempt.
You do not have any right to come into any court of law and start interrupting and delaying the procedures.
Ma'am, I called the county attorney yesterday. I called the clerk
I
yesterday.
am going to
expressed to
tell
them.
you to stop talking one more time before I
I know
order-
because you don't want me to express my rights.
This
My
is not
rights.
your hearing. This is not about you. I really
Well,
hate
you're
to
making
have
it
to
about
send
me,
the
ma'am.
sheriff to
You're
whatever
making it about
state
me.
you're
You have
in.
not, you have not given no lawful consideration to this matter,
Mr.
ma'am.
Johnson.
He's under doctor's care. He has provided all the documentation to show that he's under the doctor's care, ma'am, and you have not given no consideration to that.
You are so fortunate that
Jeanette.
you're not here in person, or you'd be locked up right now.
Yeah, I am
And
fortunate.
Mr.
Thank you.
Johnson
God
will
gives
be
me
locked up
fortune.
if
God
he
gives
is
me
not
that. My
here
Creator
in
gives me.
person. Ms.
Yeah,
Carter,
because you want to retaliate against
Okay.
him, don't you?
Ms. Carter now owes $200 in fines, and I'm disconnecting this call so I don't have to send the Greenwood County Sheriff to whatever
Yeah.
state she's in to get her picked up and locked up for contempt. This
Ha,
court
ha,
hearing
ha.
is adjourned.
Ma'am, every time
Missy-
somebody expresses their lawful rights to defend themselves, you hold them in contempt. Why is that? You are a judge. You are compelled to provide protection for we the people. You acting as an attorney, giving advice to people, bringing people down, and he's in a situation to where he's under doctor's orders. It's a shame that you still wanted him to present himself under the doctor's orders of bed rest and medication before the court.
Put the camera on yourself when you talk to me, Ms. Carter,
and you
or
can
Ms.
spread it out
Johnson.
across social media, and you can talk down on them, and you can make money off of it because you go and you spread it, and then you get up all
Hey,
these views.
put
and
the
then
camera
people
on yourself
think-
if you want to
think-
tell me off, Miss Johnson.
I can put the camera where I want to. That's my legal
All
right,
right.
ma'am.
You are to appear. I will send the orders for you to appear personally because you're going to serve some time for this disrespect.
Mhm.
Miss
It's
Johnson,
disrespect with what you having him do
Missy,
on camera under the
disconnect her.
circumstance.
This court hearing is adjourned.
Yeah, disconnect yourself because you're unlawful.
All right, let's take up Danny Lewis Johnson will be on the record in 2024 TR 22 and 2024 TR 541. Paul E. Dean for the state. Danny Johnson, are you present?
He is not present, Your Honor, and I have a note.
I think he's on the phone.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Now that I think about it, Missy, you said he is in.
I got an
email.
Custody? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think so. I got an email from somebody at Leavenworth.
Yes, he is being held by, currently held for a court martial in It's not going to be released until the court martial is completed. Therefore, at this point in time, Your Honor, I would ask that we issue bench warrants in both of the cases that are before this court with Danny Johnson, authorizing no bond.
He was ordered to be present in the courthouse today.
I am here.
He is here on the phone.
Well, that's on the phone, is not in person at the courthouse, and he is in custody. So I need to issue warrants to keep holds on him. Mr. Johnson, is that you that I'm speaking to?
Yes, I was in the midst, got cleared by the doctor to come back, and when I came back, they apprehended me and said I was a deserter because I waited till the doctor to release me to come back. I was prepared to come there.
Sir, I'd recommend you not to be making statements in regards to a pending criminal court martial.
Well, I'm not worried about that, but at the end of the day, like I said,
Well, hold on, please, sir. Okay. So, Mr. Johnson, you and your wife at the last hearing asked that this matter be set for bench trial today, and we are set for bench trial. But then I've also seen you have filed motions for jury trials. I've seen that you've filed a motion to recuse me as the judge, and I show that your wife has filed a motion against me with the judge's disciplinary board. So
I can't answer for what she did or what someone else did, but in reference to myself, I did file those motions, and I also prepared to be at court. Unfortunately for me, like when the doctor cleared me to come back, I came back, and then they said I was a deserter. So
all right. Well, I'm not going to get into your military court.
I'm not asking. I'm just giving you the reason
Okay.
why I'm not
All right.
there.
And I appreciate that. But from the beginning of these proceedings, you've insisted you did not want an attorney. I think I've even tried to strongly encourage you to consider an attorney, but are you still of the position that you do not want an attorney, that you want to proceed on your own behalf?
Well, Your Honor, is it as if I asked you previous also? If you just tell me what the fine is previous, I would have paid the fine. You insist that I come to court because normally, if there's a traffic violation, then there's a fine attached to that. I was willing to pay the.
That my recollection is the last time you and I spoke, at first, your wife called in for you and said you couldn't travel and you couldn't take a plane to get back to Kansas because of your back injury. And we continued this for a period of time. And then the last time, I found out you were lying there beside her in bed, and you said what you did, that you couldn't fly or travel. And so I said, well, do you want to proceed? And you said you were under too much pain pills,
Yes.
and that you didn't know what you were doing. And
I don't
so
mean to interrupt you, but I was speaking as August 13th when I came to court. In August 13th, you had me on video. And matter of fact, I was actually being confined in Springwood County, and I asked for a fine.
Well, the bottom line, I'm not gonna go back over your case either, but the reason we didn't take any pleas last hearing, there were several reasons, but one of which was you said you didn't know what you were doing because you were on pain pills and had been apparently for a couple of months. So, all right, in any event, you're set for bench trial, and you're not here today, and you're going to be in custody. Do you have any idea how long?
No, I do not. That's why I was asking if there's a fine attached to the offense. Can I just pay the fine and move on from it? Because I'm
We have misdemeanors involved. My officers are here. I'd renew my motion to issue a bench warrant since he's not here and ready to proceed. We can't even see him, let alone have my officers identify him. Therefore, he's not in that manner ready to proceed. I have two officers here, Cordell and Andrews, who have been patiently waiting. Not that the delay today has been his fault in regards to the earlier docket, but He's not here. He's not ready to proceed. I'd ask for a bench warrant, no bond hold.
All right,
And-
Your Honor, I can proceed on the phone.
Well, no, I
proceed
can't.
right
I
now.
can't, sir, I can't
Because-
for the very reasons that counsel just said. I don't even know for a fact I'm talking to Danny Johnson. So, all right, at this point, I am issuing the bond forfeiture, the bench warrant, and a no bond hold. So when you get through with whatever you're going through with the military and the court martial, then we can make arrangements to get you and bring you back here and take care of the
Oh, I
motions
guess-
you filed.
Your Honor, I guess because I was thinking the $1,000 bond that I paid, that could go towards the fines.
All right,
If
Mr.
you,
Don,
if you do a forfeiture, then I lose $1,000. It's my intent to be in court.
well, if you want to get an attorney, you can hire an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, you can apply for court ordered or court appointed attorney. But until then, bond forfeiture, bench warrant, no bond hold, and we're going to be in recess on both your cases today. So thank you, sir. We'll be in recess. You may go.